Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy game day. Happy Sunday morning. I hope everyone's okay. I hope everyone's all right. I hope the weekend is treating you as well as you could possibly hope for. Obviously, yeah, game day today, 5:35, which I keep struggling to get my head around. Yeah, 5:35 kickoff UK time. Aston Villa away. And it's going to be, it's a fascinating chat today, actually, because after hearing some stuff from some Villa fans who are obviously a lot more in the know than myself, they've all sort of given me a heads up as to what's the situation at Villa injury wise and who's fit, who's not, and all that stuff. Obviously, we'll talk about what has happened in the FA Cup so far as well, because obviously there were some games yesterday. There was some Premier League sides that went out at the weekend so far. So we talk about that because obviously this is the only domestic cup competition now that Spurs are in after obviously what happened on Thursday night. Got the Europa League, and reality, this is one of your two opportunities to win something this season. So let's jump in and talk about it. Morning, Sonia, Jazz, Spurs, Steve, Glenn, how are we all? Yes, so apologies, by the way, I'm late. I was editing some stuff for the second channel. I'm doing an NFL Super Bowl prediction preview thing. So apologies for my tardiness. Milton, how are you, my friend? Look, if I'm real, this game obviously is when you look at the fixtures of the FA Cup round 4, we probably got the hardest draw of anyone, right? When I was looking at the FA Cup and I was looking at the draws, you know, Villa away is probably the hardest. You might say Chelsea had it harder, obviously being away at Brighton potentially, but I mean, City had it away at Leyton Orient. Newcastle were away to Birmingham. Bournemouth away to Everton. Fulham away to Wigan Athletic. Liverpool away to Plymouth Argyle, Forest away to Exeter City. You know, you see what I mean? We definitely got absolutely stitched on the draw. But, you know, to win these competitions, you kind of have to beat these boys at some point, okay? Villa right now, like I said, after speaking to some Villa fans, Villa are somewhat riddled with injuries. Now, obviously, they did do quite a bit of business in January. You'll expect to see some of those new guys coming in. We obviously have both our new guys playing at the moment. We only signed 2, and signed 3, sorry. But, you know, 2 of them have already started a game. I put in the thumbnail about Matisse Tel starting today. I would say it's pretty nailed on that he should be starting. Obviously, Spurs do not have a fit centre forwards. Other than Dane Scarlett at the club. Obviously, Richarlison getting injured Thursday night. Haven't really heard much in terms of his time out and what we're expecting, but normally those injuries you're probably expecting 3 to 4 weeks. So he is going to be out till, you know, potentially April time. There is that potential. I'm saying that's 2 months, but there is that potential. Obviously, Solanke's back in about a month. Ish. They said early March, but to be honest, now I'm thinking it's not going to be early March. It's going to be late March because that's what we do with injuries at Spurs. We don't seem to ever get it right. So Matisse Tel's going to have to start today. And look, he's going to, unfortunately, have to play quite a bit of football coming up. Now, if Spurs win this, they get through, get into the 5th round. The draw is tomorrow. I believe it's on a different channel. A different show. I don't think it's like an FA Cup show. I think it's like a regular BBC show. I could be wrong on that. But it'll be tomorrow evening. So hopefully you're in the draw. But, you know, looking at the results so far of the weekends, I mean, Chelsea lost last night to Brighton, so they're out. Southampton lost at home to Burnley. They're out. Everton lost at home to Bournemouth. They're out. Leicester lost. They're out. I mean, even Leeds United, who are top of the Championship, they're out now as well. I mean, there's a lot of big boys that are not in this competition. Arsenal already out, obviously, you know, and I don't see. I mean, if you knock out Villa, that's another one out, and you know, you're getting rid of quite a few big teams, and Hopefully, Spurs get, I mean, who's already through? Let's have a look. Spurs would get a Preston North End at home, a Millwall at home. Millwall, Jaffet Tanganga, but knowing our luck, we'll get away to Manchester City, and that'll be typical. But Villa are riddled with injuries defensively. That's the key thing for Villa. Villa aren't struggling in the attack. There was chatter that Watkins might not be 100%. Obviously, having picked up an injury in the last game, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But looking at it defensively, Desassi's cup tied. I thought he actually was going to play, but I've been informed by people that he is cup tied. You've also got Konsa. Torres apparently not fit. Mings may be back. There's a few that said he could be back, but he's not going to be 100% either. And he lacks a bit of the speed when it comes to the one thing you say about Spurs' attack, it's got pace. So how he handled that, we'll have to see. But look, I think a lot of people were down and dumped about Spurs in terms of like Spurs fans, we're going to lose 3-1, we're going to lose 4-1, we'll lose 2-1, whatever. We've had a lot of success against Villa last time out. The aggregate score of the last 2 games is 8-1. Yeah, we have success. We score against Villa. That's the thing. We always score against Villa. You think when Son broke his hands, he scored in that game. It was we won 3-2. We score goals against Villa, so I expect goals today. I do. And it's a great opportunity. I cannot stress enough, going into this 5th round with that many big boys that are out, like I said, Arsenal and Chelsea both out. Let's see what happens with the other ones today. But them being both out, you obviously knock out Villa. You just don't know. The FA Cup is the most special competition in all of football for me. It's the best competition in the world. I prefer it over Champions League. I prefer it over Europa League, Conference League. It is the best cup in all of football. All right? It's the best competition. It's better than international football. This is England's Premier Cup competition. It's better. The EFL Cup is a tier below the FA Cup. The FA Cup is the best cup in the world, okay? There's many reasons as to why that is, but it is. You just follow me on this anyway. It always has magic. It always has ups and downs and crazy things happen, right, in the FA Cup. It's the competition that's known for having crazy things happen. I'm just saying, you win this, you go through, you never know what happens in a round or two. Maybe, you maybe get Man City playing Liverpool and you go, oh, that's guaranteed a big boy out. Man United play Brighton. Oh, that's another decent side gone. And Spurs go, hang on, we got Preston North End at home. We done all right here. We can rotate for that game as well. That's the other thing that I'm thinking of. Start a Jai. No, it won't be a Jai time today. It won't be. I still think it'll be Son, Tel, and Kulu. That's my front 3, by the way. Hoping we score against Villa when you win. Can you please pray that Real Madrid makes Saliba their priority? Well, we'll see. Evening, Terry, how are we? I think Ange has killed 10 black cats, walked under a ladder, stepped on a crack, broken mirror, etc. Things can only get better, or can it? Well, he's also opened a umbrella indoors. It is, Sonia. Do you think Ange gets sacked? No, he won't be getting the sack. He is supposedly given to the end of the season. Let's just see. Let's just see on that. Stoke lost on penalties yesterday. Ashley Phillips. Hate to see it. Yeah, by the way, if you were living under a rock and you didn't see, please go and check out Jamie Donnelly yesterday for Leyton Orient against Manchester City. It's considered an own goal, but he's basically scored from the halfway line against Man City. And Josh Keeley had a great game. They both played really, really well. Really, really well. A couple of rock stars there. We will score to 5-0. Love that. If Son wasn't our captain, who would you have? Wow, I don't know. I do not know on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Phillips didn't play. Yeah, no, but I mean, just Stoke. I'm just talking about Stoke as a whole. Now, look, like I said, they are obviously riddled with injuries defensively. We're going to need to withstand a raucous atmosphere. One of the big boys turns up, no matter who you are as a fan base. You could be one of those big boys, or you could be a League Two side. One of those big boys turn up, the volume just seems to crank up that extra bit louder. It'll be the same today. Ride the wave, ride the storm. Okay. Get through the animosity. And then, do you know what? I think you can win this game. Now, if you crumble and concede after 10 minutes, you're probably going to get an absolute hiding. I won't lie. Villa have been decent against some of those big boys recently. And you've got to have a pause of concern. Even the most positive Spurs fans will have a pause of concern today. Now, do I think it's the end of the world if we lose today? And, Ange gets sacked and the world's falling apart? No, I don't think so. And it's funny what a week can do. Last weekend, everyone's buzzing. We beat Brentford. We rocked through the Europa League group qualifying phase. We're absolutely cruising. Everything's great. And technically, Ange has dramatically improved our cup form from last season to this season. I get that. And people will go, yeah, what about league? Yeah, okay, I get that. Talk about the cup though, bud. All right, talk about the cup. But it's the fourth round of the FA Cup. Club this size should be talking about every time being in these cup competitions, going deep into them. I think we will. I've got a weird feeling. I thought about in the week a 2-2 draw, right? That was my prediction. And I'm still somewhat on board with that mindset that it's still a 2-2 draw. But if you had to push me off the fence, you push me that way, it's Villa. You push me that way, it's Spurs. I've got a weird feeling it's 3-2 Spurs. I do think they scored 2. Villa, I think, scored 2. I definitely think Spurs scored 2. But if you had to push me one way or the other, you have to pick a winner. Obviously, it can go to penalties. It doesn't go to a replay. You're not having to play an extra game, all right? So it can go to penalties. But I think if you push me one way or the other, I would go 3-2 Spurs. That's what I would. Now, I wouldn't be confident about that. Oh, crikey. YouTube's starting to play me a video from my second account. But yeah, I think 3-2. What do we think? Are we thinking 2-2? Are we thinking Villa win? Are we thinking Spurs win? What do we think? What are we thinking? I can see Lucas being a captain in 5 years' time, if he's still here. Hey, Philip, how are you? Problem is, if Aston Villa got the front foot, it'll be difficult for Spurs. Yeah, Villa Park's a good stadium. I like Villa Park, and it kind of feels like the fans are a lot more on you, if you know what I mean. Like, there's not like, I mean, at Spurs, for example, it doesn't feel like the players are, it doesn't feel like the fans are quite on the pitch. So Stamford Bridge, it feels like the players are basically right next to the fans at all times, and it makes obviously quite a difficult atmosphere when it's loud and it's at it. So yeah, I think that's one thing. You've got to try and take the fans out of the game. Start the game well, take them out of the game. First goal wins. Love that. Got to go for the Eagles. Jordan Mailata, a Bankstown boy in Sydney, played junior. Yeah, no. Hey, he's been a beast this season for the Eagles at left tackle. Absolute beast. That video where he blocks for Saquon's first touchdown against the Rams is a hell of a video. But yeah, I'm going to do my prediction, Lee, after this. It'll be up on the second channel. So do subscribe, because I'm just editing some stuff for it, basically. And you'll see who I'm picking. First goal wins. Love that. Villa is also knackered. There's that. Villa this season have been extremely lucky in certain games to get results. They should be around 10th, 12th. I mean, you make your own luck. And obviously, there's times where we've been unlucky. There's times where we probably could do with a bit more luck, obviously. But you make your own luck in football, You follow the Chargers. Good team. Harbour in charge now. I think next year, I can see a deep playoff run next year for the Chargers. Just got to get more weapons. Probably Maybe a wide receiver and a tight end for Herbert. I'd probably say that. That's the main ones for the Chargers, I think. And just kept his best for tonight. Love that, George. Love that. I hope so. Villa sold the their potent player Duran. Watkins has been a bit off this season. If team composed, rested, and focused can win. Well, look, the key thing is this. Where do Spurs go in regards to their starting 11? Because I'm of the mindset of um I'm of the mindset of, you play Son and everything, but part of me goes, do they go? I mean, look, I hope Bergvall starts. Defensively, you bring Porro back in. Would he go Gray in the midfield? That's an interesting thing for me. Will he go Gray in the midfield? Because I don't see him dropping Son. I don't see him dropping, Kulu, Davies, Danso. So is he going to drop one of the fullbacks? He can't drop Spence. He's in too good a form. Of everyone, he's the one in form. Will he drop Porro again? Or is he going to drop Gray and keep the midfielders? I hope he doesn't. The Chargers were always a few players off challenge the Super Bowl. Yeah, but, you think of like Staley and stuff like that. The coaching has been crap at the Chargers for so long. Harbour is a great coach, so the wide receiver, a running back. Actually, you could do with weapons, just weapons, I think, because that's the thing that let you guys down is just, not good enough weapons. Hey, Rec, how are you? We'll win this game. I trust the boys to react to the Liverpool loss. We'll see. I don't think Gray will be in the midfield. Now, I've got a feeling you won't pick Gray in the midfield, but I would love to see it personally. But Bergvall has to come in. Problem is, I'd love a situation where I'm like, oh, look at all these players that you can choose from. What are we going to do? And it's like, dude, you got 13 players to pick from. There's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot of like creativity that you can come out with, It's like the creativity is, do you drop a fullback and play Gray there, or do you play Gray in the midfield? Gray, Bergvall, Kulu in the midfield. Yeah, I think I wouldn't. The amount of people that go, sell Madison, it's like, hey, my brother, he is one of the least of our problems right now. I can name you three midfielders right now who are severely underperforming, who are more of a problem than Madison. But what do I think today will happen? I think a 2-2 draw. A 2-2 draw. But like I said, it could be a 3-2 Spurs if you had to push me. Could be 12. Could be 12. But yeah, I think I don't know. I am a bit nervous for today. I won't lie. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You play left wing or you live. My hamstrings are strong. Even at 41, give it a go and give Son a rest. Well, as long as someone's hamstring strong, that's fine. Because mine are shot to pieces. And that's Ange's fault. I've never played for Spurs. I've never played for Ange, but it's Ange's fault that my hamstrings are knackered. Spurs were going for Johnny Cardoso in the summer. We'll see about that. With the Cardoso reports, you're going to see that report about 50 times between now and the end of the season. Don't worry about it too much is all I'll say right now. But there we go. There we go. We shall see. But look, enjoy the rest of your days, mornings, afternoons, evenings, everyone. Go and enjoy the rest of the game, the rest of the day. Obviously, there's plenty of football on today, so go and enjoy that. Obviously, we may go live after the game, depending if I'm not asleep, to be honest. I'll probably fall asleep, no doubt, after the game. But we shall see. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. And I will speak to you all, hopefully, a little bit later with some good news surrounding Spurs. Take care, everyone. Peace.